Okay, guys, let's get right into it. The absolute worst named career in all of tech that I've seen is a MuleSoft developer. And let's be honest, no woman has ever bragged to their friends that their man is a MuleSoft developer. But maybe they should. The name sounds completely unserious, conjures up images of farm animals, not sophisticated engineering, and you'd probably laugh the first time you saw it on a resume. But behind that ridiculous name is a niche skill that can quietly command a total compensation package of up to over $200,000 for the experts who can master it. While everyone is fighting over the same handful of cool job titles like AI or machine learning, a small group of specialists are cashing in on MuleSoft roles. It's a role totally hiding in plain sight, doing some of the most critical work inside the world's biggest companies, yet it gets almost none of the glory. And the name is so bad it feels like a practical joke on these guys. But the punchline is a six-figure career that's more stable, more in demand, and way more attainable than you probably would imagine. So today I'm going to let you in on the secret, what it is, why it pays so much, and how you might already be halfway there. So let's be real, the tech job market is brutal these days. You've probably felt it. You polish a resume, build a portfolio, grind in leak code, and fire off hundreds of applications for these coveted jobs at hot startups or the big FAANG companies. You're competing against thousands of other brilliant, qualified people. The whole industry seems obsessed with a few trending keywords: AI, data science, cybersecurity. These are the cool jobs that get all the attention. And because of that, the competition is absolutely fierce. It gives us all tunnel vision where we're only seeing the opportunities shining in the spotlight. We're all sprinting in the same direction, hoping to catch that next big wave, and that creates a massive blind spot. While the crowd runs one way, entire fields of opportunity are sitting quiet and overlooked in the other. Here's the fundamental mistake. We think popular, well-branded jobs equal high-value jobs. We assume that if a role is important and pays well, it must have a cool, futuristic name. But the reality of how corporations run is far messier and way less glamorous. Big companies, the banks, the airlines, the healthcare giants aren't just running on the latest AI models. They're running on a tangled web of dozens, sometimes hundreds of different systems built at different times by different people in different programming languages. And these systems absolutely, positively have to talk to each other. When they don't, business grinds to a halt. This is where the real money is often made, solving those messy, uncool, mission-critical problems nobody ever wants to touch. And the professionals that solve these problems are so valuable, they get away with having a truly awful name for what they do. So let's just sit with that name for a second. MuleSoft. Sounds like inventory software for a barn, or maybe a brand of comfortable shoes for donkeys. The name literally comes from the idea of a mule doing all the donkey work of data integration, all the boring, repetitive, heavy lifting that developers used to do by hand, so they named the company after an animal known for the thankless labor. You just can't make this up. Tell someone you're a MuleSoft developer, and they'll probably just stare blankly. It has zero of the instant recognition of software engineer or the sci-fi appeal of a data scientist. It is the definition of uncool branding. While the name might be a joke, the job is anything but. MuleSoft is an incredibly powerful and widely used integration platform owned by Salesforce, which bought it for a staggering $6.5 billion in 2018. That number alone should tell you something. Companies like Bank of America, Adobe, JetBlue, and Coca-Cola use it to run their core operations. It's a serious tool for a very serious problem. Okay, so what does a MuleSoft developer actually do to command that type of salary? So imagine a big company, Global Mart. When a company buys something on Global Mart's website, a perfect chain reaction has to happen instantly. The website, built in React, has to tell the payment system, Stripe, to process the card. Stripe has to confirm the payment and tell the inventory system, probably a crusty old SAP database, to reduce the stock by 1. That SAP system needs to ping the shipping department system, probably an Oracle database, to create a shipping label. And finally, all this info has to get pushed by Salesforce, the company CRM, so the marketing team knows that you are a new customer. Every single one of these systems is a digital island. They speak different languages, have different rules, and were never designed to play nice together. Without a bridge, the whole process collapses. Orders get lost, customers get angry, and money vanishes. A MuleSoft developer is the engineer who builds those bridges. They're the universal translators of the corporate world. Using MuleSoft's Anypoint platform, they don't just write messy, one-off bits of code. They design and build reusable, secure, and manageable highways for data to travel between all of these applications. These highways are called APIs, or application programming interfaces. A MuleSoft developer is an expert in API-led connectivity. They architect the entire digital nervous system of a company. This work is absolutely mission critical. Integration problems cost businesses millions a year in lost revenue and operational failures. A skilled developer who prevents these failures isn't a cost center, they're a direct line to revenue. That is exactly why they get paid so well. So let's talk about money. Because if you know this, then you think maybe those women should brag that their man is a MuleSoft developer. The numbers are consistently strong. While baseline salaries for a MuleSoft developer are often reported in the $103,000 to $120,000 range, that's really just the floor. The real money comes with experience. Top earners, especially in senior or architect roles, regularly see salaries clearing $150K with ranges hitting $171K and higher in major hubs. And yes, in high-cost tech cities like San Jose, it's not uncommon for total compensation, salary, bonus, stock for experienced MuleSoft professionals to approach or even exceed $200,000. Demand is high and the pool of true experts is small, which is what I like to talk about on this channel all the time, and that gives skilled developers some serious leverage. So who is this for? This isn't usually a role for someone fresh out of a coding bootcamp. The ideal candidate is someone who already has tech experience and understands how businesses tick. This includes Java developers because MuleSoft's engine is Java-based. Your knowledge of back-end logic and object-oriented programming is a huge head start in the field. And Salesforce admins or developers. And Salesforce is their parent company, and the two are deeply connected. If you know the Salesforce ecosystem, you're in a prime position to become a go-to integration expert. And then just an integration specialist. If you've used other tools like Del Boomi or TIBCO, you can do a Del Boomi video in the very near future, you're already thinking in data flows. Moving to MuleSoft is natural and often very lucrative next step. Or if you're just an IT glue person. In every company, there's someone who knows how all the systems talk to each other. They might be a system analyst or DBA who spends their time writing scripts to move data around. If that's you, you're already doing the job. MuleSoft just gives you a much more powerful toolkit. Now here's a realistic 12-month roadmap to pivot into a MuleSoft career. Before you even touch MuleSoft, nail the fundamentals. You need a solid grasp of Java basics. You don't need to be a top expert. Most importantly, become an expert on APIs. Learn what REST and SOAP are. Understand the difference between JSON and XML, and master a tool like Postman to test endpoints. This is the language of modern integration. Then it's time to dive in. Download Anypoint Studio, which is MuleSoft's free development environment, and go through MuleSoft's own free training courses. Your goal here is to build. Create simple projects. Connect a free weather API to a Google Sheet. Build an API that reads from a simple database. The key objective here is earning the MuleSoft Certified Developer Level 1 certification. It's the industry standard and the most important credential you can get. Now, phase 3, you're going to get some real-world application and specialization. Now, you need to prove you can solve a business problem. Build a portfolio with 2 to 3 complex projects and be ready to talk about exactly how you did it. This is going to come up key in any interviews you have. So MuleSoft, a career with a name that belongs on a farm, but a paycheck that belongs in Silicon Valley. It's a powerful reminder that real value isn't always in the spotlight. It's often hidden in the plumbing, the uncool but essential work of making things connect. The demand for these skills is only growing as companies become more dependent on a complex web of different applications. While everyone else chases the same trendy job titles, the path to a stable, high-paying career might just be through the back door with a name you never put on a t-shirt. I'm curious, what's your current role in tech, and have you even heard of MuleSoft? What are your thoughts after this video when you hear how much compensation there is and what exactly it entails? Let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one.